Welcome back to Weems Motor Co. Today we are going to tackle those dreaded cam chain tensioners on the 05 Dyna. Stick around. Alright guys, so all I hear from all of these Harley guys is that these cam chain tensioners need to be addressed or at least checked out, inspected. It's one of the last things we have on the Dyna build. So I figured before I take this thing out for any big mileage that I need to get in there and check these things out. So walk with me, let's figure it out. I'm not a Harley guy, but I'm a mechanic, so we'll see what happens. So the first thing we got to do is we got to yank off this front exhaust pipe that we had put on just a few days ago. So we're going to yank this exhaust off, get behind this timing cover right here, and inspect both the inner and the outer cam chain tensioners. Now, before I decided to tackle this project, I went ahead and made sure I had a cam cover gasket and a set of the cam chain tensioners just in case we get in there and we need to replace them. Obviously, anytime you pull a cover off a motorcycle, you always want to replace it with a new gasket. I would say that's a little bit more than residual oil. Alright, so what you basically found is that that outer cam chain tensioner is pretty worn and needs to be replaced, but we're also going to look inside and see if we can inspect the inner cam chain tensioner. From everything that I've researched and found online is that the outer goes bad way before the inner does, but I'm still going to look at that inner, at least get an eyes on. In order to do that, we do need basically a dental mirror so we can get inside there and look at that crevice. We need a flashlight, and we can get in there and inspect that inner cam chain tensioner. So this is how I do it. And just as I expected, they seem to be fine on the inside. Might be one of those weird Harley Davidson designs, but we'll go ahead and we'll replace that outer cam chain tensioner and get this bike on the road. What you want to do is you want to take a pair of pliers or a needle nose and you're going to rotate the cam chain tensioner back, and there's these aligning holes, and I've got a 3/32 Allen wrench that I'm going to slide into those aligning holes that will hold the cam chain tensioner back. As you can see on this snapshot, you can see that this thing is pretty worn compared to the new one. So in order to remove the cam chain tensioner, at the end of the shaft that slides through the center portion, there is a circlip, and you need to have a pair of circlip pliers. You open that up, remove that circlip, and then you can slide this off the shaft. And there's your circlip. Now, as you remove the cam chain tensioner off of that shaft, the rear set spring is going to pull out of its slot, and it may make a popping noise. Don't be alarmed. And there you have it. Cam chain tensioner off. You can see that this thing is broken, definitely worn extremely, and it was time for replacement. So good thing we did get in there and check these out. This bike has about 34,000 miles on it, and I know that my brother drag raced this motorcycle, so it was probably 34,000 really hard miles. Hopefully the replacement will give it another 30,000 miles. So to replace it, it's simply a reverse process. You're going to align that spring into its proper slot, rotate it back, slide it into position, put the circlip on, voila, job done. Well, I guess lesson learned, as you just saw in that video, don't buy motorcycle parts that are pretty particular to the motor from Amazon. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick trip up to our local Harley dealership and buy an original Harley Davidson part. I'm sure it's probably made in the same country that the other one was, but hopefully it's a better engineering, better manufacturing, better quality. You would hope from Harley, right? We'll be the judge of that. Stay tuned. So $80 later, about a 15-minute drive there, 15-minute drive back, I got a factory Harley Davidson cam chain tensioner. And here you could tell the difference.
Good news is that it only took us like 3.5 minutes.
All right, so after that fiasco, we're ready to button this thing back up. Yeah, the motorcycle decided to take a nap and lay down on its side halfway through. You see those clips earlier. But then I quickly discovered that what I was doing had never been done before, or if it has, I didn't know or couldn't find any information on it. So basically I was changing the outer cam chain tensioner with the cam still in, with the cam chain still on. It was a bit of work. I had to build a tool that would hold the tension, and I quickly realized I didn't have but 2 hands, and I needed 4 hands to make it happen. So that's where my buddy Flips jumped in and was able to give me a hand on that. So now it's just basic stuff. Change the gasket, put the cover back on, put the exhaust on, and then it'll be ready to ride.
right, so yesterday was a crazy day filled with a lot of frustrations and such. So we got the cam chain tensioner off of the bike after I realized that it was in rough shape. The one on the inside actually looked to be brand new, believe it or not. But we decided to pull that outer cam chain tensioner off, and it didn't come off with very much problems at all. And everything that I'd watched videos and researched and everything, I was like, it should be an easy job. Well, little did I know that there was really no videos of actually reinstalling the cam chain tensioner with the cam chain still on. These guys are taking the whole cam chest out, pulling the cams, all of that extra work. And I was like, well, if it came off, it's got to go back on, right? Well, probably not the way that Harley designed it to be done, but I figured it out. I did need an extra set of hands. Good thing my buddy Flip was coming by the house to talk about some upcoming videos and some upcoming plans we have coming up for this summer. But he was able to give me a hand. Now, everybody's asking, why is the bike on its side? I was joking around saying, well, the bike was tired. He decided he needed to take a nap. Well, the truth of it was as I was taking the cam chain tensioners off, I had to modify, well, actually I had to manufacture a special tool that I could compress the spring to get it back in, to get it around the cam chain. And as I was using the tool, one of my straps on it that was holding the bike up on the table was in the way of the tool, so I had to loosen the strap up. And gosh, man, it was probably a good 30-45 minutes that the bike could sit there with no issues. And as I was putting some pressure on the tool, I noticed that the bike had slowly started to lean, so I grabbed a hold of the bike and just softly laid her down on the side. We had a table sitting off to the other side of the bike, so I just leaned it on that. No damage to the bike, no issues, nice easy lay down. I know Flip kind of freaked out a little bit when he saw it, which most people should. If you see a motorcycle laying on its side, it's not the natural state of things or the way it should be. But got the bike laid over, which actually made it a lot easier to work with the tool and actually just kind of have an easier workspace rather than having to do everything vertical. We're having that done horizontal. Got it done, got it buttoned up. Bike's running great. Seems like everything's fine. No weird noises, no extra leaks. So we're good to go. If you notice, yeah, I'm wearing a different t-shirt, rocking the Weems Motor Co. shirt. If you guys didn't know, we do have merchandise. We got stuff on the website. Head over to weemsmotorco.com. Check it out. A lot of people have been asking about our hats. We are currently back ordered, waiting for the hats to come in. They're supposed to be in by the end of May, so keep an eye out for those. Check out Flip's shirt. I know you saw it all over the video. Go over to his website. He's got some cool stickers, some cool t-shirts and merch and stuff, so make sure you do that. The biggest thank you of all goes out to my Patreons. If you are one of my patrons, thank you guys. If you are interested in getting some free merchandise from Weems Motor Co., head over to my Patreon, sign up for that. That's my initiative to you guys, is that if you say, hey, I want to support this mission, help these videos happen, I'm going to send you some free merchandise. You can find out all the details over there. But thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn those notifications on and let everyone know what's going on right here at Weems Motor Co. Peace.